Okay, it is 5:15. I'd like to call this meeting to order, Yuma Union High School District Number 70. We're going to start first before the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence with notice, public hearing, and then the normal agenda. So, Ms. Craddock, Board Member Craddock. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very well. May be seated. Okay, let's get started here. So we have the public hearing. And this is for review the budget 2023-2024 school year. It's all yours.
Good evening. I'm Brenda Higuera, I'm Director of Finance, and I will be presenting the proposed or the budget for the school year. This is the same budget that Ms. Cordery presented last month as the proposed budget, and then we'll go over to review it and then for adoption tonight. Okay. So I think everybody has a copy of it in front of you. On page 1 is our cover page, and of note there is the tax rates. The tax rates remain the same as previous year since we don't have the new rates yet. The other area on this first page is the average teacher salary. There was a 4% increase that is reflected for this year. This amount does not include the classroom site fund, which was $18,250. The Prop 123 payment of $750. The instructional improvement of $650. So including those payments, the average teacher salary would be $85,824. Okay, the next page is just contact information for our district. If you go to the third page, but it actually says page 1 of 8. If you go there, that is our maintenance and operation budget. The totals at the bottom, you will see there is a 7.4% decrease from last year's budget of $94 million to this year, which is $87 million. The reason for that is that it does not include any carryover or student growth in that number. Okay, on page 2.
We have a question.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Board Member Gonzalez.
I'm sorry. What is the blue bolded numbers represent?
Those are our on the budget form, the forms just come like that. I don't.
Oh,
That's just from the state, the Auditor General's office. That's just the categories they highlight for
okay.
us.
Thank you.
You'll see more blue bolded on the next ones. I think certain
Okay.
items are bolded.
Actually, if I can just go back to that. So in our forms, when we fill out the forms, there's instruction pages. And so that tells us that there's instructions on the last page. So we know if we have a question about that item, that we can go back and reference that instruction. It doesn't really affect the budget, but it helps us when we're putting it together.
Okay.
That's probably a better answer for you.
Thank you.
And if I could ask for clarification, when do we actually get the real numbers for student growth? Is that after the 10-day count or the 100-day count, or?
We start, once school starts, then it will be on a monthly basis. It's on live data.
Oh,
Every month we get paid based on the live data each month.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
we're on page 2. The special education funding breakdown. If you see there also, you'll notice the number of FTE for the certified employees was the same as last year, and that it kind of goes with what Ms. Porter just mentioned. Until the school year starts, then we'll have actual numbers, and then we can go back and amend that to reflect the number. Okay, on page 3 is our classroom site fund. On here, you will see there is an 8.7% increase, and that is due to ADE calculating it by the weighted student count. And it's a little bit over $1 million in increase. Okay, page 4 is our unrestricted capital outlay fund. And this one, you'll also see a decrease, and the amount does not include any carryover or the student growth. So you'll see there's a decrease from last year to what we have projected this year. On page 5 is our other funds. These are our capital expenditures, and you'll see the different funds on the top. Fund 610 is the same amount as in page 4 for the capital budget. 630, the bond building, that one is a 0 because we are planning to close that bond in 22-23, so there won't be any figures in there. For 695, these are the remaining SFB funds for Somerton. And then for 620, adjacent ways, and that is also allocated to Somerton. So those are the different funds there. On page 6, these are special projects. So you'll see 2 different columns there. On the left columns are all of our grants, and then included in this is also our SN funds, or what is remaining of our ESSER funds. And the other columns on the right are our other funds, are miscellaneous, and these are cash balances of those funds. Okay. Page 7 and 8, you'll see there, those are used for calculations for the rest of the budget. And then the last 2 pages are summary pages of everything that we just went over. Any questions?
One quick question. On page number 6 of 8, number 14, Medicaid reimbursement. Can you explain what is that exactly? Either I've never understood it, or can you explain that to me?
So, and Ms. Correa might need help, but that is our funding for our special ed students that we get reimbursed back for certain that qualify depending on the severity of their disability. If I'm not mistaken, Ms. Correa could probably expound
Specifically more aid, people that aren't paid out of federal grants, we get some reimbursement back on transportation costs, things like that. We get federal funding back for that. Through Medicaid. For our special needs students.
That's why it's labeled Medicaid.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I have one question, which is, where is our rainy day fund? Where does that reflected in here?
That would be, oh, go ahead.
Our rainy day fund is in the amount that you don't see carried over. So that'll be in our carryover that we have.
So it's not.
Once we get our final expenditures in, we'll know exactly what that carryover is. And so we do our next revision, you'll see that in there. Which is why you see, like in the capital, $13 million deficit, not
Right.
deficit, but decrease. Because we have a significant amount in carryover for that for Somerton, that we've set aside for Somerton.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions, comments? No? That is it? Okay, thank you very much. Good job. All right. Okay, Do we have a motion to adjourn the special notice of public hearing? We have a motion by Board Member Kravitz. And second by Board Member Craddock to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. The special hearing is adjourned. Now we move on to the normal meeting. Board member reports. Board members have a discussion about conferences, visitations, legislation, and a special recognition. Any board member reports? Yes, Board Member Mellon.
Thank you, President Laura. Today I was honored to be able to be with a room full of teachers, middle school and elementary school teachers out at Arizona Western College for the Yuma County Summer Institute, which is hosted by ABECT and the Center for the Future of Arizona. And I was grateful to be able to share my talking points that I covered were the importance of early career exploration, the importance of middle grades, and having the access to CTE programs in Yuma. And then I got to share our Yuma data with our high schools and our graduation rates and how well our graduation rates are with our students are involved in CTE. So it was a great day, and so great to see everybody taking time off their summer to be in a three-day courses focused on CTE and career exploration.
Anybody else? None. All right, let's proceed. Actually, before we proceed, there's just something I do want to mention. I should have mentioned before. Today's first meeting, Mr. Bosch over here on the left side. Congratulations, look pretty slick. I want to congratulate him. All right. Yeah. I wanted to put him on the spot. I guess I did, huh? Welcome aboard. Very well, superintendent's report, Mr. Brienza.
All right, thank you, and welcome, Mr. Bosch, to your first meeting. I had the pleasure and honor to travel to Atlanta in late June to attend Skills USA National Competition. Amazing, and like I mentioned in one of my reports, I'm inviting all board members in advance next year to Atlanta because it's outstanding to see our students and our staff in action. And along that note, I do have to call out 4 staff members, and I told them I was going to. It's our CTE classified staff here at the district office. Myra Cortez, Becky Negrete, Claudette Newborn, and Monica Ramirez. We had over 151 individuals traveling this summer for CTE, and the work they put into that to make sure that our kids have everything they need, from transportation to food to lodging, of course, airfare, without hiccups for the students and for the staff that's traveling with them. I kind of smile because I know people that travel with me to Atlanta. We had a little hiccup, but we got there, but it wasn't anything except for American Airlines. But they took care of us in the long run. We got there, but at the same time, without them working 100%, making sure that every student's taken care of and every staff member has what they need to make sure every student's successful, our kids wouldn't be able to compete, wouldn't be able to travel and have those experiences. So I want to thank them publicly for the hard work that they put into that. I also want to make sure that I introduce someone who just started a couple days, about a week ago. I'm not going to put him on the spot to have him say anything about himself, but I just want to introduce our new Executive Director of Human Resources, Bobby Lambert, here in the front row. So welcome aboard, Bobby. He hit the ground running, put a full day in on July 3rd, and took the 4th off. So that was his joke. I stole it from earlier, so I have to give him credit. But no, welcome aboard, and we look forward to you helping us out. And last but not least, I just want to make sure that everyone has it on their calendar that next Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the morning in Somerton, we have our ribbon cutting, our grand opening for Somerton High School. So please make sure you put that in your calendar and that you're there. We're very excited. That's decades in the making. Our voters in Yuma County voted it in with the Yes, Yes campaign. And we're very excited to be opening it up officially next Wednesday. So I hope to see everyone there. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Brienza. Okay, proceeding to item number 3, information items. Budget update.
Hello again. time, I'm presenting the internal interim budget. This is as of July 3rd, 2023. On the first page there, this is our maintenance and operation budget. So on the first page, what you'll see there are our salaries and our fixed expenditures listed. And it'll have what we spent from the previous month and the current month. And then on page 2 is it's also our maintenance and operation. This one is based on the different departments. And so if you look at the grand total on the bottom, our budgeted amount was $90,157,082, and our expenses were $70,777,665. And so that puts us at 79% of our budget. On page 3 is our capital budget, and there you'll see listed like district technology, our different budgets for the schools. And if you look at the bottom, it has the totals. What was budgeted was $20,519,151. The expenses are $4,464,419, and that is a 22% from this month, and as opposed to 20% from last month. Our last page is our monthly student activities fund report, and there is listed by school. If you look at the grand total, that's the ending cash balance, is $715,013.10. On the bottom, you'll see the column where it has the revenues. That's for the school year 22-23. So it'll have the revenues, the expenditures, and then the ending balance. And you'll see it was a decrease of, or now it's, it shows a deficit, but it's not like a deficit of $14,585.62. But that's for the year. So it just shows the expenditures were more than the revenues. And then again, that's reflected in the cash balance. Any questions? Thank you.
No questions? Nope. Very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item 3.2, first read of policy. Information item. Ms. Cordray, anything?
This is actually an increase for our JOC contract. So what we currently have in place right now is our JOC contract. We can go to a threshold of $1 million, and anything above that, we would have to go out for a bid to do any construction over that amount. This proposal would get us to $2 million, which is what the rest of the state is at, and the state guidance on that. And so that will allow us to do a few more projects without having to go out for bid for things.
Very well. Any questions, comments? Not at all? All right. Thank you, Ms. Cordray. Call to the public. Any person wishing to speak may present information at this time only. All presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 15 minutes on each subject. Before you begin to speak, identify yourself by clearly stating for the record your name. Comments by members of the governing board in response to any public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter or requesting rescheduling of the matter for further consideration at a later date. And we have, sorry here, Lena Comer.
I have been a member in the Democratic Party for a very long time. When, after I started coming to the school board meeting, I realized how much the Democratic Party had changed over my lifetime. And I wanted school policies that I didn't like. I wanted them changed or fixed immediately. And I wasn't very kind in how I expressed my opinions. And for that, I apologize. I am still very much interested in school policies, as I have two great-granddaughters that are in the high schools here now. I will continue to fight for change, but I want to do it in a kinder and more godly manner. So I want you all to know that I am praying for each school board member every day and for our educators and students in this association. If I stay in this political party, or if I change to another, I will continue to be here to work for the good of all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else from the public? No? Okay. We'll proceed. Item number 5, consent items. Adoption of items of routine nature and those that are normally do not require the deliberation on the part of the governing board. Board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted upon separately. And I don't believe we have any items to be pulled from personnel. We're smooth? No? All good? Do we have a motion to approve the consent items? Motion by Mr. Board Member Gonzalez. Second by Board Member Craddock. Any questions, comments? None? Okay. All in favor, proceed by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Now we have come to the good part, which is the donations. That's what I like. 6.1. Accepting donations. Cibola High School. Campus Box Media donated $122.50 to Cibola High School girls basketball. 7AG Consulting Incorporated donated $150 to Cibola High School Wrestling Fund. Paul Franco III donated golf clubs to Cibola High School athletics valued at $200. Gila Ridge High School Dune Company of Yuma donated $527 worth of fertilizer to Gila Ridge High School. Barkley Seed donated bags of grass seed to Gila Ridge High School, valued at $150. Kofa High School, Adopt a Classroom donated classroom supplies to Kofa High School forensic science class, valued at $197.40. San Luis High School, Mellon Farms donated time and use of farming equipment to San Luis High School Agri-Science Program. The value of this donation is $1,140. Keith Lee Williams Seed donated sweet corn seed to San Luis High School Agri-Science Program, valued at $1,788. Fertizona donated fertilizer to San Luis High School Agri-Science Program, valued at $1,100. Pilkington Construction donated $400 worth of picnic tables to San Luis High School. Yuma High School Nutri-Ag Solutions donated $1,275 worth of fertilizer to Yuma High School. Justin Haley of 4th Avenue Gym donated $7,200 worth of wind screens to Yuma High School to be used for the tennis courts. That's a nice juicy list of donations. Do we have a motion to approve the donations? We have a motion by Board Member Kravitz,
Second.
second by Board Member Gonzalez. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Donations passed and approved. Thank you very much. Sure. Yes, go ahead.
After the vote, I wanted to commend and thank publicly everybody from our teachers to our staff members to our principals to our district office and to the community at large who always answers the call that we put out there for items. It doesn't happen routinely in other communities, and I'm so impressed by this one. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? No? Very well, we will proceed to action number 6.2, consideration to adopt a school budget. This is actually no change, and it's made to the budget since it was proposed to the governing board back in June of 2023. This is an action item. Do we have a motion to approve it?
I'll make a motion to approve the school budget for 2023-2024.
Vote. Motion by Board Member Gonzalez, second by Board Member Mellon. Do we have any questions, comments? Not at all? Very well. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 6.3, consideration to approve the 2023-2026 intergovernmental agreement for Yuma Educational Transportation Consortium. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Motion by Board Member Gonzalez. Second by Board Member Craddock. Do we have any questions, comments? Nothing? Very well. All in favor, proceed by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. All right, well, that was 6.3. A long list. Give me a second here. Six point four, intergovernmental facility use between Yuma Union High School and the City of Somerton recreational facilities. Do we have a motion to approve this?
I move that we approve the intergovernmental agreements.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Mellon,
Second.
second by Board Member Craddock to approve the intergovernmental agreement. Everybody in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes.
Before we vote, I want to ask a question, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
is it okay if I ask?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
by all means.
On section 5 of the IJ, section 5, letter B, enforcement of policy, and I'm going to read it. It says, district reserves the right to enforce district policies including, but not limited to dress codes and policies addressing alcohol consumption at all district-sponsored activities. City reserves the right to enforce city policies at city-sponsored events. The parties agrees that the city might permit consumption of alcohol as permitted by applicable law in a district facility during the city's use of the facility, except that no alcohol shall be permitted with any school building which contains classrooms. Can you help me understand that, please?
Yeah, so this IGA, first of all, is very similar to what we have with Somerton San Luis and Yuma. So essentially, no alcohol is permitted anywhere in a building because we have classrooms in every building. So if the city of Somerton wanted to grant an alcohol permit and it's allowable by law, because there's laws that govern where alcohol can be after school hours, that would be something that we could entertain, but our rental agreement, we also have the right to deny it as well at
Okay,
any
is
given
it-
time.
The way I'm reading it is, if the city wants to give a permit to, let's say, a tournament going on in the weekend in one of our fields, will they be allowed to drink, while doing the tournament on the fields?
We have the ability to deny that based upon because they have to go through the facility rental and sign a contract with us for that, and we can reject it with that as well, which we do on a regular basis. And also at the same time, if we have any students that are going to be present on the campus for any activities, we would deny it as well. So essentially, it would have to be a closed campus.
And the reason I'm saying that, because I live very close by a city park, And in the past, they used to do a lot of weekend tournaments, and pretty much it was pretty much people coming from, not so much from Somerton, but they will use our fields. And, I mean, there were some mornings that I will go out and I see a bunch of, beer cans all over the place in the park. And that was,
Yeah.
so I brought up to the city manager's attention, and that got stopped. So I just hate to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to prevent that.
And one benefit for us is we don't have lights on those fields. Like for the baseball and softball field, there are not lights on those fields. So use of those will be very limited because our students and staff will be using them probably till the lights go down generally. That's how it works, let's say at Cibola where there aren't lights as well. So understand, and that's one thing that as a district we have refused opportunities for cities to use our facilities because of that.
Okay, I just want to.
Yeah, put that on the radar. Yep.
Is that good, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, very well. Then we'll proceed to action item number 6.5, which is consideration to approve agreement with the City of Yuma for school resource officers. Everybody reviewed it, so we have a motion to approve it.
I'll second it, sorry.
We have a motion by Board Member Craddock and a second by
Mellon.
Board Member Mallon. Any questions or discussion? No question? Very well. Okay, we'll proceed on to vote. Everybody in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Our next board meeting will be special Monday, July 24, 2023, noon at the Professional Building, Yuma Union High School. That's a special meeting,
Yes, that's for personnel.
personnel. And then we're having the August 8th meeting, Wednesday, 5:15. Correct, very well. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Motion by Board Member Gonzalez to adjourn, second by Board Member Craddock. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.